Hey guys, so I actually already did all of my makeup, which is not usually how I start these videos, but I have a special. There's Phoebe. I have a special delivery, aka Phoebe. You wanna say hello? Oh my goodness, it's your little face. Okay, you sit right next to me. Let's not interrupt. But I've got a special thing to talk about today. So James Charles recently came out with his painted makeup line. Why am I being climbed all over? In a usual situation, I would not be buying any of his stuff. I don't support him. Obviously, I don't want his money to go places. However, I can't discuss something without having it. And so I had to buy it. I didn't buy a lot. I just wanted to discuss. And I want to discuss everything that's kind of gone wrong with this makeup launch. First of all, I mean, I don't really have to discuss the fact that he's been cancelled. Like, that's not really something that I have to go over. Like, if you've been here, you know he's been cancelled. That's what happened. And he's been cancelled for good reason. Like, as in not like good that he did what he got cancelled for, but at this time cancellation is like the only way to go, I believe. She's very needy, actually. Oh. I can't film like this. Muffin. I can't film like this. I think with him, cancellation was like really the only way to go. I don't understand how many people support him. And there are actually many content creators talking about the people that still support him right now. You know, all the drama channels, Viewers Voice, Dustin Daily, Peter Mon. They're all discussing, for example, Raw Beauty Christie, who is still supporting him despite being super against like people that wrong minors and all of that stuff. You know, she was super against Colleen Ballinger, which I don't really see the difference between the two cases. The only difference is James Charles has actually done that to more people, I believe, right now. You know, Nikki Tutorials, just a bunch of MUA type people who are going to just keep on supporting James, and if they are willing to overlook everything that he has done to be cancelled, I think they're also willing to overlook the quality issues with this makeup line. So I had to buy it myself because I don't like James Charles, and I'm not going to be biased in a sense of, you know, oh my god, this is so amazing. So this is how it came. I'm going to try and not dox myself. Maybe let me take this off, actually, so that I can show you guys the whole thing. I actually paid for shipping, and there were some issues with that to begin with. There were like no shipping updates at all until it was pretty much delivered. It took ages to even ship out for some reason. I remember I ordered it and it didn't ship out for ages, and that wasn't just me. I was in a group chat with a few people who had also ordered it to review it, and theirs also didn't ship out for ages. So I mean, that is the best I could do with ripping it off. Anyway, this is the shitty, like, it's just an envelope. I don't know, I mean, I ordered Merit Beauty recently. I'm wearing a bunch of it on my face today, and it came in a beautiful box. There's just a lot more care added into it, and the shipping for Merit was, I believe, free, whereas shipping for James Charles was quite expensive. And it came in this very thin, shitty, just like Amazon. I buy these when I sell like books on eBay and like Depop, like this like envelope little thing, and it's just like plastic and not environmentally friendly. Like, they're not even trying to do anything. I just feel like if you're already in that much controversy, you should go above and beyond with everything. Even if you don't believe the environment is failing, just put an environmentally friendly thing in it. Like, just do stuff to make it look like you care about your company. And the fact that I didn't get like any shipping notifications, I looked at it and it hadn't shipped for like 2 or 3 weeks after I ordered it, which was not the vibe. I mean, you'd think with your first launch you'd literally ship it out the day people order it. Like, the day people order it, you're like yourself packaging things up, and it just seems like there's absolutely no care in anything. So I ordered 3 paints separately. They were $15.29 each, and so the subtotal was $45.87, and the shipping was $19.12. I actually didn't have to pay any customs, my friend did, and so the total came to $64.99, which is essentially $65. And for $19 shipping, the fact that it wasn't shipped out within the first day, the first 3 days, the first week, like, it just wasn't shipped out. So I don't know why I paid $19 for that. Anyway, this is the card that it comes with. It's just the like launch thingy. Oh, and on the back it just says, "Thank you, I cannot thank you enough for supporting the first ever launch for my brand, Painted. After years of work and love, I'm so excited to finally get these products into your hands, and hope you enjoy them as much as I do. I can't wait to hear your thoughts and see what looks you come up with. Please make sure to tag us on socials at painted.co, and we'll be resharing your faves, James." And then it just has all the social media on it. This is just how they came. They came in extra plastic bags, which I just hate. I hate. Why? Like, they're not even closed, so literally they fell out of the bag. The bag was just separately in the, like, it's not even a closed. This is how they came. I don't really understand what's going on. Anyway, whatever. I feel like I order so much makeup. One of them was like squished because of obviously the shit packaging, the envelope that it came in. I wish it came in like a little box, considering I'm paying $19 for shipping. Like, you'd think the shipping would be a little bit, like, this is awful. If I had to post this on like social media, if I was like your fan, like a James Charles stan, and I wanted to like, oh my god, my James Charles painted came like this, I would only post these two because this is just like, this is gross. Anyway, I hope it hasn't like exploded or anything, because I know some people have had some issues that I'm going to discuss. Let me just open these. I got Blueprint, which is a blue, Ghosted, which is a white. I think white is always, I try to get colors that maybe I'll still use if worse comes to worse. Like, I don't want to buy stuff that I'm not going to use. I didn't get the whole set, so I don't care about yellow or green, even though I know that the yellow is like the issue-y one. And I got Pinky Promise, which is just a pink. So pink, blue, and white. I like those colors on me. I feel like they're the most useful, the most handy. So those are the ones that I got. This is what it looks like. It just looks like a bottle of paint. Right now it looks fine. Like, I'm not seeing anything funky going on. Let me just put that aside. Then there's the pink. Nope, the white. Sorry, I lied. And it just looks the same. It just has the white. Is it going to focus at any point? And focus, and focus, and focus. There we go. So this is the white. I didn't get the brushes either, and I've heard from people that they're not very good quality. They feel worse than like Morphe brushes, which says something about that, because Morphe brushes are the worst thing to happen to makeup brushes. Here is the pink. Oh, excuse, I cut myself today by accident, so that was fun. Please ignore that. And that was just a day after I did my nails. I thought I was gonna look cute. Anyway, so let me just open all of these. Let's start with the pink. It's called Pinky Promise. I shouldn't be wearing clothes that like I really like, because these can go everywhere. Okay, so as you can see, this is sealed, but a little bit of the pink is like already seeping out the side. For some. Oh yeah, so the seal is actually not fully on. Let me try and get you guys in here. Why is it focusing on my nails and not on the... It is literally opening on camera as I speak. Oh, look at that. Focus, please. I literally just said, oh, Phoebe thinks I'm like stressed out. She's such a emotional support dog. It's just not focusing on it. I need to do the influence. Oh, there we go. Is that gonna focus now? Like, if I just gently press, the seals are like not on properly, which now makes me think like, is this gonna be weirdly expired, because it's not supposed to be open until it gets to me. It's just spilling out the sides. That's cool. Maybe that's why they gave you these little shitty plastic bags. Hold on. Let me just try and take it off with this so that I don't get it everywhere. And let me flip this inside out. These are like filled up too much. I think that's the problem. It's like they were trying to fit too much product into that small of a bottle, but it already looks like a mess. I'm just gonna put it on the back of my hand and just see what the formula looks like. I mean, it's just constantly leaking out. Okay, I'll just close that and hope for the best. It's already so messy. There's already pink coming out the side. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's already leaking out the side. The actual product, I mean, there's like a glob and a smear, kind of, you can see. So I'll just try and see how both behave. And that will be that on that. Let me go to the white now. Oh, same thing is happening to this one. Let me maybe zoom you guys in. Focus please, focus please, focus please. As you can see, that's already, it's like bursting at the seams. If I just press ever so slightly. Oh my god. Like, you just, it like explodes. Look at that. That should not be happening in any, I understand you're not supposed to press on stuff, but like, I should be allowed to just hold the product. The seam was already breaking, so I'm assuming they just haven't been sealed properly. And in travel, it builds like air, like there's like pressure in the bottle. But now there's just all that product. I'm wearing my favorite Lululemon trousers. I don't actually want them to get dirty. Anyway, and it like looks empty inside, if that makes sense. Like, you know, there's just like air in a tube, because this is obviously like a not one of those where like if you squeeze it, it gets smaller and smaller. It's like it will retain its shape for a long time. Let me just put that away. That is also super messy now, obviously, because it exploded everywhere. So this is what they look like. Obviously it looks like a mess, but the pink seems to have some texture to it. I don't really know what it is. I'm actually going to take my phone and I'm going to take an up close picture of it to insert for you guys with flash on, maybe. And then maybe one without flash. There is a weird texture in the pink. There are like little bumps almost. I don't really know what they are. So if you zoom in, there's just like stuff. And I promise that's not my hair. I promise. Okay, the last one we have is the blue one. It's called Blueprint. The seal came off in transit. The seal is inside of the cap and it's just off. So that's amazing. I feel like that's actually contamination. I don't really know when these have been opened. I don't know if that was in transit or not, but it's, you guys literally saw me open these. So they're open now. Let me rub that into, this is the only one that like hasn't exploded on me. So I'm just gonna kind of swipe it on pretty like not aggressively. This is what they look like. Obviously you guys can see that glob of white, which is where it exploded. The blue's the only one I was able to smother kind of evenly. And then the pink is a glob, and then the line. That's pretty much dried now. You can kind of touch it and it won't come off. And the white still hasn't dried, even though it's that little like thin bit of, I've touched this little thin bit here and it's still like coming off. Which is fine. That was exciting. Anyway, I actually don't really know if I'll be using these on my eyes. I thought initially I was buying obviously shades, like I said, that I like. I like these colors. I think they're really nice. The white, pink and blue. I even think they go well together. I just don't know. There's something about this launch that isn't really sitting right with me. So there's been some drama. So first of all, we have the fact that the FDA hasn't really approved the red pigments in this. As you guys know, that isn't as big of a deal to me as it is to other people, but I know that the stain made the pink because it has red pigment in it. So if you guys are worried about that, that's the same issue that he ran into with the eyeshadow palette, and the same issue that Huda and Colourpop have run into with some of their palettes. Huda was actually successfully like sued based on this because she advertised the shades for around the eyes when they're not. You're not supposed to use these around the eyes legally, and he has put these like around his eyes. These are like eyeliners, right? They're like face paints, but you can use them as eyeliners. He's even put them in the waterline for some promos, so this can be a big issue because he is advertising it for use around the eye. And if I look at the packaging, I mean, on the actual tubes it says create paint, pinky promise, cosmetic paint, 10 fluid, no, 0.34 fluid ounces, 10 mils, and then who it's made by. The actual box has that it's vegan. Directions for use: create paints will dry down matte in about 30 seconds. Apply with a liner brush for a wing or graphic liner that usually applies around the eyes. Use a fluffy brush to blend out for a smoky eye, or a flat round brush to cut your crease. Distributed by Painted Co. yada yada USA, made in USA with important and domestic parts. Then it talks about the ingredients. Warnings: keep out of reach of children, not for children under 3 years of age. In case of irritation, discontinue use. For external use only, USA Pinky Promise, keep out of eyes. But he does advertise it as an eye product, and I know you're not supposed to like rub it into your eye, but he has shown it in the waterline before, so that's obviously one issue. Another issue is that he has used celebrities to like endorse the product. So for example, he put Cardi B, Becky G, Beyonce, Avril Lavigne on like a mailer that he mails out as people that have like used the product. Now their makeup artist could have used it on them. That doesn't mean that these people necessarily, it doesn't mean like Beyonce knows who James Charles is and Beyonce's like, oh my god, I would love to endorse James Charles' makeup line. It could be that Beyonce's makeup artist is someone that knows James Charles, is friendly with him, just like many makeup artists are. They decided to use it on Beyonce because it's like a face paint and whatever, they needed something to use, and now he's using that as promo for his makeup line, which isn't fair to these people because it's just not fair. Like, I wouldn't want to be dragged into the drama if I was Beyonce. Kim Kardashian actually has shouted him out on Instagram stories. She was sent the PR package and has just posted it on the tagging him, tagging the brand. I remember when she did that with Jeffree Star and she got dragged and immediately like apologized, took it back. With James Charles, no one really dragged her, which I'm like so surprised by, and so she didn't really feel the need to like apologize or take it down. Now there are people doing reviews. Some people are giving good reviews. They're usually people that have been sent PR. They're pretty like small or smaller influencers. Some people are having issues. I'm gonna post some of those TikToks now for you guys. Same issues as me, issues with shipping, contamination. The people that I was in the group chat with who ordered it as well have also had issues with it exploding, coming with the like foils off. So that seems to clearly be a problem. The shipping takes ages if you're outside of the US, and you don't really get many updates, which for $19 I'd kind of want a few updates on like where my parcel is. And some people are getting customs, some people not. I didn't get customs. That's kind of something out of his control unless he wants to be willing to put the customs into the shipping, which you can do as a makeup brand. Has the white dried down now? Kind of. If you rub, it still comes off, but if you just tap, it's quite dry. With the blue, it still looks a little bit wet in some areas, but if you just touch it, yeah. So the thing is, if you like tap it, it's fine. If you rub it with any amount of pressure, it will come off. The pink though has dried quite well. It's not coming off as much unless like I'm like actually rubbing it. There are those pieces of something that I was talking about. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me just get you up close and personal. Weird stuff that like, it's not just it crusting up, it like came out of the tube like that. The little pieces of pink like that. I'm not really sure what that is. It seems like unblended material because it came out of the tube. It didn't just dry crusty and then I like rubbed it off. Like no, it was in like the glob. It came out with pieces of like something in it. There's even more. There are like some weird things in this. I just rubbed out the glob of pink, and you can see there are just some weird things in there. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's like stuff unblended in the product. I thought it was like weird because obviously it wasn't just after it dried, it was like this. Let me just take a picture of it. So that's really kind of it. Let me know what you guys think. Are you getting these? Did you get these? I hope you didn't, or they'll look like this. Let me know what you guys think about everything I just showed you today. There is a bit of mess going on in my room right now, and I hope it didn't get anywhere that I can't get it off. But yeah, that's really it. The FDA is an issue, obviously, with the eye stuff. The shipping was an issue. The person is an issue. The using other people to promote yourself is an issue, and this is an issue. Like weird stuff in it. I don't really want to put these around my eyes at all. I'll see how these wash off, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.